If your electric heater runs non-stop in cold weather, your heat kit may be too small, especially if you live down south and we don't experience extreme cold often. Your system may be undersized. For those rare but severe freezes, most homes are built with the minimal electric heat just needed to pass inspection. And many homeowners don't know what size heat kit they have. When a heat kit is undersized, the unit will run consistently during extreme temperatures and it'll struggle to keep up. More kilowatt means more heat output. That helps the thermostat and the system shut off instead of just running all day and night. Now, quick disclaimer, this is for electric heaters only. Sometimes heat pumps have backup electric heaters that you can check out. So this is not for natural gas or propane. So in this video, I'll show you how we upgraded this 2-story home from a 9 kW to a 15 kW heat kit. Because during extreme cold, the original heat kit just couldn't keep up and the unit would run non-stop. It wouldn't satisfy and the customer had extremely high electric bills.
All right, we're about to help this family out and set them up for years of comfort. But before we change anything, I want to see how this system performs right now. Because here's the thing, there's nothing really wrong with this heater. It works, it turns on, but in extreme cold, it just can't keep up. This system has a zone set up. Got one thermostat for upstairs and one thermostat for downstairs. Right here is the nameplate. And you can do a 5 kW all the way up to a 20 kW heat kit. And right there, about a foot from the supply, we was getting 84. At the supply, about 94 degrees coming out of there. That's the before. And this is about 5 minutes of run time. We're starting by pulling the disconnect. Next, I'm removing the access panel to the heat kit and the electrical cabinet. Before we touch anything, we're going to check for power to make sure it's safe to work on. All right, so we're good to go. Now removing and disconnecting the 240 volt power to the disconnect. You'll notice on here, there's only one disconnect. Now removing the 24 volt harness is 2 heat, W1 and W2, but it'll be plug and play. Getting that transformer out the way, it was an extra for that zone board. All right, the access panel has 4 screws, and you're gonna need an extension to get back there. I think that's a 12-inch extension I have, and it's at 9 kW, just pull right on out of there. So pretty much 10. So we got the 9 kW heat kit out, and I'm gonna put the 15 kW side by side, and you will see that the 15 kW is a lot bigger. A larger heat kit doesn't instantly mean higher bills long term. Since it produces heat faster, the system can satisfy the thermostat sooner and cycle off instead of slowly running all the time. So it will reduce overall run time. And the new one just going to slide right on back in there. So no matter what size you get, it should fit exactly in the slot. So even if you go up to a 20 kW, it'll slide in there also. Like I say, the harness just plug and play. That's a 24 volt coil to your contactors. You see this one has 2 contactors. The smaller one had 1. As you can see, this one has 2 breakers. And it comes with a different mounting plate for both of the breakers. They just snap right in. And I'm gonna show you how I'm going to bring 240 volts to both of those breakers. Remember, this transformer is for the Honeywell zone control board. I'm gonna get it out the way. And this is my 240 volts coming from my disconnect. And now I'm just getting maybe about a 4-inch piece of black wire and white wire for L1 and L2. And I'm just gonna wire it in series. Or just loop it over. You see, I kind of got that little loop. Tighten them down. Now I got 240 volts to both of those breakers.
If you get like 5 to 7 degrees or something, it's good.
Just tighten it up good. Tighten that ground wire.
Yeah.
I just do a little housekeeping, put some zip ties, clean it up a little bit. Now we're going to restore power, put our disconnect in, turn our breakers on. Now we got 240 volts to the unit. Like I say, this is the Honeywell zone board. It has a 5-minute delay on it. So you can take that cover off. It's going to say purge. That's if you have this in your system. You can hit that purge button for about 3 seconds. And it's going to override that delay. And you should have 24 volts to your control board. So the thermostat is calling, so the heat kicked on right away. This is an electric air handler, so the fan turned on. Just a quick note on this setup. This is a 15 kW heat kit, but only one contactor is being energized right now. So even though the kit is rated for 15 kW, the only first stage of heat, W1 calling, we're only getting partial heat output, basically like running a smaller kit. The reason is the thermostats, we didn't quote new thermostats, and these thermostats only have W1 as one stage of heat. To use the heat kit, the way it's designed, you need a thermostat that supports 2 stages of heat, W1 and W2. Then when the home needs more heat, the system can bring on second stage heat and the second contactor will engage. But for now, since they only have W1, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump W1 and W2 at the contactor. So whenever there's a call for heat, both contactors will come on. I spoke to the homeowner and she told me she plans to upgrade both thermostats when her budget allows. Until then, this setup will work fine. It's just going to heat quicker. And if you have a zone system with 2 thermostats, keep this in mind. To properly run 2 stages of heat, you want both thermostats to be capable of calling W1 and W2 for both stages.
117, 118 right there.
But you already see we're getting 118 degrees out of there. And that's with just one contactor engaged. 104, about 6 inches away. About 40 amps. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And like I say, I'm gonna get to those contactors back there. So I'm just gonna fix me a little, maybe 6-inch piece of wire to go from that coil of that bottom contactor to that top contactor. And they kind of had their wires crossed, so I had to read the schematic.
I got a side.
Because I want just the common on one side of the coil, and I need the 24 volts on the other side of the coil. So I needed to make sure of that.
This side here.
All right. I got it installed, and as you can see, both heat scripts are running, both contactors engaged, and got 58 amps. And at this supply, I'm getting 128 degrees out that supply. Remember, we started with, 94? So that's a big difference. Let's just say 120 and 94. That's about 26. That's about 30 degrees, folks. 30 degrees. Awesome, awesome. So this the old heat kit. Still works fine. Just in case of emergency, we're going to set that on top of the unit so they can have it if it goes out.